morning, thank you very much for joining me and welcome to another Friday 5 or 5 on Friday even, whichever, both, welcome. As you can see, I'm standing up. I don't normally stand up in these videos, but I've set the camera up for another video that I'm about to film after this one, which you will already have seen because it was a few days ago. And I thought it would just be easier, as I've got a couple of things that I need to stand up to show you, to do it standing up styling. Feels a bit weird actually, but never mind. This week I have got for you a TV programme, a book, a piece of clothing, a household cleaning implement and a repurposed storage solution. That all sounds exciting, doesn't it? Let's start with the book. The book is Half a World Away by Mike Gale, and I really enjoyed this. It's a little bit different from all the psychological thrillers and sort of domestic noir and all that sort of thing that I've been reading recently, which are the sort of books do go through trends, don't they? They go through fashions, and I feel like the psychological thriller is having a moment, just as Chick Lit did a while ago, and then the misery memoir sort of in between the two. I don't know. Anyway, books, reading, fashions. That's probably a whole other video, isn't it? But this book was just lovely. It was a family story based around a family, Kerry, who she and her younger brother had a very bad upbringing, and they were sent separately into care when her brother was very little, and she was, I think, about 10 or 11, something like that. And it's about her, it's not her search to find her brother, because they do find each other again, and it's the story after that. I don't want to say too much about it. It's a bit of a weepy, I will say that. It is a little bit of a weepy, but I quite like a bit of a weepy book. It's a nice ending, a positive, hopeful ending, so that's good, but it is a little bit weepy in the middle. But really lovely family story. If you're watching this, Mum, you will like this book. Put it on your list. Yeah, so that's my first recommendation. Number 2, what should we do next? Let's do a repurposed storage solution, and it is this hanging pocket thing, 16 pockets, and I've had this thing literally for years. I quite like hanging storage. I feel like it takes up less room than storing things flat somehow, and I have quite a lot of hanging space in my house, so that's good it's good from that point of view as well. But I do like the idea of hanging storage. I've got quite a few storage solutions that are hanging, but I had this originally. I bought it to store my eyeshadow palettes in, and I've had a rearrange of my makeup recently, and I've now stored my eyeshadow palettes elsewhere, so this was sort of doing nothing. And I've always kept my sunglasses in a drawer in their little cases, some of them, and if they haven't got actual places to sit, they don't sit nicely and they easily get messed up, I've found. So I decided to put them in here, and I absolutely love this. I've had them in here about, oh god, nearly dropped the whole thing. I've had them in here about 3 weeks, and I find that I'm using different sunglasses all the time because it's so easy to open the cupboard, see which ones I want to go with the outfit I've got on that day, and get them out and wear them, rather than having them all bundled up in a drawer where they don't stay tidy and fishing through them all to find the ones I want. So that is really good. I got this from eBay. It was about £3, I think, so I'll link it in the description box below. It won't be the one I actually got because I've had this a few years, but there's similar ones on there now. So yeah, great storage solution. It's pretty good for eye palettes as well, if you want to store eye palettes in it. But yeah, that's my new repurposed storage solution. I was quite glad to repurpose it because I don't like chucking stuff away when I finish with it, so it was nice to find another use for it that is so good. It's probably even better than the eyeshadow palettes actually, so very pleased with that. Next, let's talk clothing, and I have had this for ages, but it was the first time I wore it. Last weekend we went away for a night to a hotel, I told you about that, and I wore this during the day, and it is just a crisp white oversized cotton shirt from Primark. It is 100% cotton. I paid £10 for it, and I got it not long before lockdown, so whether they've got it, I haven't been back to Primark yet since February. I haven't been to Primark since February, and it's August tomorrow. That's insane, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, I haven't been to Primark yet, so I don't know if they'll still have it, but I really like this. But it's just the whole crisp white shirt thing. It's such a nice wardrobe staple. It just made me feel quite smart and put together and nice. I just wore it with some turned up straight leg jeans and some navy blue patent ballet pumps, and it just felt nice. I really liked it. This is a size 16. Now, I am not a size 16. This just goes to show how stupid sizing is. Never get hung up on what's the label in your clothes says, people, because it doesn't matter. I've got a size 10 shirt, I've got a size 26 shirt or top in my wardrobe, different brands. Ridiculous, all nonsense. This is size 16 anyway, and it is big and oversized and just felt really nice and loose, and I loved it. So as I said, I don't know whether they've still got it in Primark, but I just wanted to flag it up as such a nice wardrobe staple, a white shirt, that is one I almost overlook quite a lot, so thought it was worth mentioning, and I really enjoyed wearing it this week as well, so that was good. Let's talk about TV. I have watched The Morning Show on Apple TV. Now, I know that a lot of people don't have Apple TV, but I wanted to mention this for two reasons. A, because it was so bloody good. It's a 10-part series. It's about a morning breakfast show, a TV show in America, and the acting was just brilliant. Big cast. Jennifer Aniston, it's the first time I've seen her play a straight role rather than comedy, and she was electrifyingly good. Reese Witherspoon, frankly, she's the second coming. She walks on water as far as I'm concerned. I love her and everything. Was equally good. Just such a good show, such a good storyline. Best thing I've seen on TV for ages. So I wanted to mention it because of that, but also because I think it's not a particularly well-known fact that when you get a new iPhone, you get a free year of Apple TV with it. I didn't know this. I came upon this information sort of by mistake almost. I can't remember how I found it out, but I got the year of Apple TV because I recently had a new iPhone. I wouldn't have paid for it particularly, it's just because I had it, and I thought, oh, I've heard about that programme, The Morning Show, I'd quite like to watch it. Anyway, it was really, really good, very well worth watching. So if you have Apple TV, or if you've recently had a new iPhone, check if you're eligible for a year of free Apple TV, because there's a couple of good things on it. I'm going to watch something called Little Voice next, which also looks really good. Finally this week, we're going to talk about a cleaning implement. And yes, who knew that I would ever be recommending a cleaning implement on the internet? The world is a strange old place. I needed a new feather duster. I've had an ostrich feather duster for a long time, which I've quite liked, but started to shed and was also really short, and I couldn't really, being vertically challenged as I am, I'm only 5'3", I couldn't reach up to some of the ceilings in my house with it. So I had a little browse and I got this from eBay. I feel like Ken Dodd now. Who remembers Ken Dodd? Let me know in the comments. I got this, which is a microfiber feather duster, and how good is this? It's telescopic. So it grows to this big, so I can reach right up to the ceiling with it. And it's really good. I'm so pleased with it. I'd like to say it's renewed my interest in housework, but let's not get silly about it. But it is really good. It's that microfiber fabric and it picks up everything really well. The only thing I will say is that it comes inside, it's got a little plastic tip which was knocking against the ceilings as I was cleaning with it. So I just glued a little round piece of fabric onto the end, which has sorted it out completely. That's why it took me less than a minute, I think. Just it was a little piece from an old duster. Which I just cut out into a circle and glued on, which has made it fine. But I really like this. It was about £7 or something on eBay. I'll link it in the description box anyway. And yeah, really very pleased with it. Also, it goes really thin and goes down the back of radiators and into lots of very small spaces, which my previous ostrich feather one didn't do, so yay for this. Also, it comes in loads of different colours. I chose grey because it matches my bedroom. Why I needed a feather duster that matches my bedroom is anybody's guess, frankly, but I like it. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that one as well because I'm rather pleased with it, and it's very efficient, more efficient at housework than its owner. So that's this week's 5 on Friday. If you've got any recent recommendations of things you've found that you've loved, please let me know in the comments. I hope this was interesting, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.